everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmad Shakur. We've all been waiting for Jeffrey Epstein's client list to be revealed, and so we can find out who all was participating in these nefarious things and who was going to get arrested and how many charges would be pressed. But instead, we got a list of people that were mentioned in court filings who supposedly didn't do anything wrong. Let's get into it. I thought it was interesting that supermarket mogul billionaire Ronald Burkle, who's also supposed to be Diddy's sugar daddy, allegedly, that he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein apparently because his name was found in his black book. But he's not being charged with anything, even though they say that he knew what was going on with the trafficking. Please pay attention. Now, if Ronald Burkle had ties to Epstein, what makes us think that his alleged sugar baby, P. Diddy, didn't also have ties to Epstein? His name wasn't on that list. Is it going to be on the future list to come out? Well, I didn't see it in any of the court documents. Please pay attention. I find it all so nefarious. Ronald Burkle was someone who also invested in Diddy, just as Clive did. Now, he supposedly gave at least $100 million for the Sean John brand. In an article from 2003, they say that Sean P. Diddy Combs has a sugar daddy. Now, that's not what I'm saying. That's just what the article says. WWD has learned that Combs has signed a deal with California billionaire Ron Burkle, managing partner of the Uculpa Cost, a private equity firm based in Los Angeles. Industry sources say that Burkle has invested about one. As I said, I haven't seen Diddy's name in any of the court filings so far. Now, there's over 900 pages, and I haven't gone through every last one of them. But if your sugar daddy is hanging out or knows the likes of Epstein so much so that his name is in their little black book, well, you likely know him too. Now, that's just my opinion. Because you see, I found this article that has many of the people that were linked to Jeffrey Epstein in one way or another. And if you look at the second paragraph, it says also in Epstein's address book is supermarket mogul Ron Burkle. Now, as you can see here, it says Burkle's name was discovered in Epstein's black book and on Epstein's private log. This is a fact that became a matter of public record after Epstein's first conviction in 2008. Burkle, along with former President Bill Clinton, took what were described as humanitarian trips to Africa on Epstein's private jet, 727, dubbed Lolita, the Lolita Express. Burkle reportedly described Epstein as creepy following the trip. Sure, he did. Court records released on Thursday evening say the 71-year-old businessman had knowledge of Epstein and his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell's trafficking conduct. Now, the documents are from a defamation lawsuit filed against Maxwell, who procured young women for Epstein by his accuser, Virginia Giuffre. Burkle has not been charged in connection with the Epstein case, but his name has turned up in the past court records. My question is, did Ronald Burkle know about these things before, during, or after they occurred? I have questions because wouldn't that make him, if it was beforehand, an accessory before the fact? And if after, wouldn't that make him one after the fact? Did he help them to hide any of these things or cover it all up? Well, I don't know, but I would like to find out. And you see, this is why we absolutely need the full client list. Not just court documents where people spoke about certain people and named certain people during their depositions and all of those things while they were being interrogated and all of that. I want to see the full client list so that we can see who these people that were being trafficked to, so that charges can be pressed. Because don't you think that these victims deserve justice? Not just to get the people who were trafficking them, but the ones who actively engaged and purchasing them when they were unfortunately for sale. Please pay attention. One more thing. Jeffrey Epstein's private plane was known as Lolita Express. Now, why would he call it that? I'm so glad you asked. You see, Lolita is a term used to define a young girl as precociously seductive. Now, it originated from a 1955 novel written by Vladimir Nabokov. It was about a man who was sexually obsessed with a 12-year-old girl, and he would victimize her, and he would call her Lolita privately. Also, from the clips I inserted, you can see that I already made a connection between Diddy and Ronald Burkle, and then Burkle and Jeffrey Epstein about a month ago. That's called detective work. Please pay attention.